And we have our first opponent. It clip. Okay. So, I'm interested to know your guys' favorite openings, and I have one that I like a lot, but I'll cover it at a later point. Right now, I'm just going to play a nice, old reliable, we'll call it. E4, the most common opening. This is also good because it opens up the diagonals on the on the for the queen and the bishop. So they're after opening up this diagonal for their queen, which is attacking my king. So I have to be careful about this. Let's just go with the standard, controlling the center of the board. Aha. So again, I'm not overly versed in different openings. I tend to just play, but I believe this is the Caro-Kann, because I was watching Gotham Chess last night. He was teaching QT Cinderella, and he recommended the Caro-Kann for black. I have no idea how that went. The different lines and variations. So. I'll develop my knight. He's opening up the line now for his bishop. So he's going to try and pin the knight to the king. So I can either just keep developing as normal. I could bring the knight out here. So if he does take my knight, then I will just retake. Or I can make a prophylactic move of bringing the pawn out, which will defend the knight. So now the bishop can't come down here. Okay, so I generally like. I used to develop normally like this, but then I started not doing that, and I liked bringing the C pawn and the F pawn. I like bringing them out because when your opponent brings the knights out, he will generally go here or here. That's where he wants to go. So this simple pawn here and here will stop that. So I am quite happy to defend with a pawn. To bring this pawn out, he's defending this pawn while also protecting this square. My bishops have free reign at the moment. He's after unblocking, or he's after undefending his king there, but he can obviously defend with a knight or a bishop if he wants. This is another thing as well. So instead of just reacting to your opponent, it's like, okay, I can take him away. Then he's going to come and take with the bishop, bring some extra threats in. But what I can do is deter that. Well, yeah, by attacking his knight. Because what's more important? Now he's blocking his queen, but he's also attacking this now and defending this. Interesting move. And now so I have ideas here of bringing the knight out here, this bishop up here. He can just come down here, take, It'll be a threat, which then I could just bring it back. I also have this move here, defended by the knight, and pinning the knight there. He could just bring this knight out here, of course. Okay. Let's see how that goes. So generally you want to develop your pieces as quickly as possible. Especially starting out, you want to develop your pieces. You want to castle, get your king to safety. And connect the rooks. Okay. So now, if I bring bishop there, something interesting then is happening on this line. I think he's going to bring his pawn out, attack my bishop, hoping that I will go back, and then his queen can come and take this pawn. But if that happens, I think the best thing for me to do is, would be to take that knight. Then he has to deal with that threat. Then I could do something to protect the pawn. Okay. No. bring the queen into the game. And to protect this bishop with plans of bringing the knight over here to attack the queen. He could go there. So I would want the good move. Okay. So my queen only has a few squares to go. Here, 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 and here. And I still want to protect this pawn, so I will bring the queen. Do I want her on the light or dark squares is the question. So I will bring her to one second. So a knight there. Gonna bring the knight there. Okie dokie. Let's bring the queen there. At least she's protecting these two pieces as well, just in case. You never know what could happen. Sorry about that interruption. Lost a couple of minutes as well in the game. My landlady had to say something to me. So now if I brought my queen here and he brings his knight there and I take the knight, my queen will be defending this. But right now it is not. So if he comes here, where can you go from there? You can go there or here. Okay, so I'm going to develop my knight. Okay, so maybe it would have been wiser for me to bring the queen here, and then I could have used this with the knight going here, the knight going here and here, attacking this if he castles. Right now, my opponent is well up on time, 14 minutes. I have 4, okay. So, the moment of truth. I can take, or I can bring the bishop back. Still defended by the... I see. So if I bring the bishop back, he can come out with the other pawn, and this will trap my bishop. So, best thing for me to do here is to take. A piece for a piece. When the position is locked as well, it's generally better, you know, the knights do better in a locked position where it's locked with the pawns. If it's an open board, if the center is open, then generally the bishops have more control over the board, or they move better. Weaving in and out. Right now, I'm thinking bringing this pawn up here, which will also protect that square, attack the queen. He can go en passant. Then I can take with the other pawn. Okay. So I actually want to keep the position locked right now. I will castle just to connect the rooks, to protect this rook. I was thinking about using the rook to have some sort of a charge here, but he hasn't castled yet, he's playing it safe. If he castled, it would give me a reason to go on with an all-out offensive. Okay. I think this is going to turn into war. So he's obviously attacking this pawn. So gotta defend the pawn. Let's see how this goes. I have 1 minute 47 seconds. He is 13 and a half minutes. Ooh. So that was a good move. Stopping my knight, stopping any attacks here on the side. As the knight can't do anything really here. What I can do then is defend this pawn with this pawn. So if he does take, I'll just take back. And if he goes down there, well, we can figure something out. Okay. This pawn being here also means that this knight can't jump here. He can't jump here. So these guys are kind of trapped here in a sense, not much going on. Okay, so now he's stopping me going from here and here. He's probably going to bring his bishop out here, so I can't bring my bishop there. 'Kay, so I'm thinking bring the knight here, then there. 30 seconds. Let's go. I gotta be thinking on my toes here. No time. Okay. So now I can go here, forking these two. I can go here. Let's go here. Seconds. I think this guy has a plan. Okay. Gotta move quickly here. The heat is on. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Only for the 15 as a 10-second increment. And I believe this is check and mate. No, he's one square left. It's a hairy situation to be in. Boom. Oh no, I should have actually brought the if I brought the rook down, I think that would have been checkmate. You can go there now. And I believe that is check and mate. Whew, that was close. So, if you've been following along, let me know how you think I did. If you're interested in playing some games, to practice and train all this sort of stuff, let's do it. Let's learn chess together. We can practice specific openings, tactics, moves, principles, all these things. I hope you enjoyed that game. I'm going to have another sip of coffee. I will check my good stuff. I always like to, it's probably gone now. PG every game, win or lose. It clipped good sport, yes. So, 1 blunder, 3 mistakes. Let's see what that was. So on chess.com free, I think they give you 1 report a day. I played a game featuring the Caro-Kann. Excuse me. I think it's always good to analyze. Oh, this guy was Russian. It's always good to analyze your games. I actually think it's very good value to get the premium on chess.com just for the analysis, and then you get the a few extra puzzles every day as well, which are very good to do. But the analysis is good to see where you went wrong and where you could improve. With the free one, it's okay. I think you get 1. But with the premium, the one that I think is like the one I went for myself, with my personal account, is the lowest tier premium account. So I don't get unlimited puzzles and lessons and all that, but I get unlimited analysis, and I think it's something like around $30 for the year, which I think is pretty good. What is that, like a $2.50 a month or something like this. So I think that's worth it anyway, especially if you play chess and you want to improve. But let's just go through the analysis here. So, even Stevens starting out. They attacked e4 with c6. d4 just to control the center. So they came out with the Caro-Kann. Usually if they do this in e4, you're expecting the center. The options are, you can take, you can advance the pawn, you can just develop. I chose to develop because if this pawn is protected, but if they take here, I can just take with the knight if I want. Usually they won't, especially if they're playing like this. Person has obviously studied the opening. I don't really know any opening theory beyond the first perhaps 2 moves. But I consider it intuitive chess. It's the same way I live my life, the same way I cook my food, everything else. But Yeah, so they came out with that. So what they're doing here, they're blocking the bishop first of all, but the bishop didn't really have any square to come out to any. So they're solidifying their sort of fortress here as well. So I come out with A3, which was stopping their bishop attack, and the pin. So they come out with the knight to F6. So then they've got a double attack on this pawn. So I just simply defended it. Now see there, it shows, see the bar here, it shows me as slightly winning. What I could have done here as well was advance the pawn up to attack the knight. But I wanted this, if I did that, he could have come down here or here. And here, this is what's called an outpost, where this pawn would defend this this knight. So if this pawn moves up here, the knight can come here or here. I mean, he's not going to go there because the queen can attack, but he could come here. And then if my knight does attack, he's defended with this pawn. But yeah, so I like to have this square covered as well. Extra insurance. Star move by him, best move. Attack with the pawn. Keep the offensive going. I attacked his knight. Computer is saying that my best move was to bring the bishop out, to develop the bishop. Now, why was that? So he went back with the knight. So he didn't really have any other square to go to, I guess. He had this square, which would have put him out of the way. By going back here, and he's not going to go back to the original square as well. But by going here, he's blocking his blocking the bishop basically, and the queen from moving out to this square. I mean, he's also defending the king and defending this, but so I immediately took advantage of that, pinned the knight to the king. He comes out for some reason with the queen. Maybe he's going to go for this double attack. They're saying the queen here was the best move. Okay, so the reason queen is the best move there is because, again, computer will sacrifice, not even sacrifice, but will trade a queen to gain not only a piece, but even just a pawn. So by a queen coming out here, it's attacking the knight or the king. I would have had to either move the king, or more likely to bring this pawn up to defend, at which point then the queen can shoot over and take this pawn. And then it's up to me whether I want to trade. I would trade queen for queen. They would take then with the pawn, and simultaneously be attacking this knight, and from there create some kind of mayhem, supposedly. But they come out with the queen. Let's move maybe. Oh, see that? Defending the pawn. Okay, another attack on that pawn with their knight. Ooh, see, that computer did not like that move whatsoever. Okay. Black is slightly winning here, according to computer. When I went there, that meter rating just dropped. Computer did not like that whatsoever. Computer preferred, it said the best move is to bring the knight out, which develops the knight, and the knight then also is another defender for this square. But what I was thinking was defending this bishop. I was thinking ahead, defending the bishop, so then I could bring the knight over here. So this happens sometimes when I will make a move and the computer will say it's a mistake or an inaccuracy. Maybe a blunder, I'm not too sure if that's happened yet. But what happens is... Oh, excuse me. Oh. What happens is the computer like, even though it has it sort of it has so much depth and all these different lines, it can't think like a human, so it doesn't know what I want to do next. And there's been many times when I make a move, the computer says that's not a good move, and then it turns out to be a great move, because one or two moves later, even the following move, it's happened a few times, where the computer goes, that's the best move, and it leads to me winning the game. So analysis is good, but the same thing with crypto, you always want to do your own research, trust yourself. I'm getting some message here on Twitch. What's this? Chessbra is rating with a parity of 402. This rating seems to be a thing now. Let's just follow Chess Weeb, see what they get up to. Notifications. Achievement unlocked. There we are. Oh, you can't actually see it, but I'm just looking at the channel, the Coffee Chess, Crypto and Chess. It's nice to see it IRL. So, getting back to the game. And as I said earlier, I will develop this channel slowly over time, with graphics and all of the rest of it. So, yeah, trust your own judgment. You know what you want to do. Listen to your gut, and use the computer, the analysis, as a guide. Okay, so they attacked my queen then, and continuing to lock the center of the board. They attacked the queen. I moved the queen. Okay, so they actually the computer says that this was the best move. Okay. They moved the queen there. Computer says it's okay, but best move was bring the knight back. I brought my knight up. Computer wanted me to bring my knight over here. Again, I think just defending this pawn and the knight. But as we will see, if I brought the knight there, Well, I could have brought it there again anyway. Yeah, sometimes with the knight being able to get to the same square by going two directions, it can be good to move him in the other direction to, confuse your opponent. So they can't, you don't want to be so direct always that they have the blueprint for your plan. Again, here, I noticed from experience, if I went there, they would, and not that they would, but they could easily, so it's very likely that they would bring the pawn down, trap my bishop. So I decided to take, and again, when the board is closed, the knights are more valuable. So, for me, that was a good trade. Take. They took with the pawn, and I decided to castle. Computer liked that, said it's the best move. They brought over the rook to attack this pawn. So I defended. Computer liked that a lot. They came down with a pawn. I defended the pawn. Computer wanted me to take there, which I'm not a fan of that because this square is protected twice by this knight and the pawn. And then that would bring their knight into this side of the board, which is where my attack is going to happen. Meaning that from there, the knight could go there. Okay, that's defended there. You go there. Yeah, I want to keep them locked and distracted as well. But I don't want to give them any reason to give them what's called tempo or tempi, where it's where, for example, like I could have taken earlier on with taking the knight with the bishop, but I waited for them to move the piece down. You can use your opponent's attacks as a way, like you can use like what you turn like a defense into an attack. So by you defending yourself or moving out of the way, you actually can turn that move then into an attack of your own. So I didn't like that, bringing the knight out here for the opponent. So they took. I took back. Best move by the computer. So the computer wanted to bring the bishop out here. Perhaps to bring the bishop here. And then pinning the bishop to the queen. If I take, they could take back, opening this up for the rook. Or at least it just keeps pressure on. Okay, computer says this was the star move. This pawn is unprotected as of yet. Now they could have moved the knight at this stage over here perhaps. And this bishop would be protecting this pawn. At which point then I would probably be more inclined to bring my knight over here, forking these two. So he attacked. I took the free pawn. Then he moves. See, now it's kind of too late. And then best move by the computer. Take. They take. No, the computer wanted me to go here. Okay, so if I go here with the queen, then I could go over here and attack. It would mean that's two moves. It would mean that this square is excuse me, undefended. But this guy had to move out of the way now. But I like this. I'm happy with my move. They didn't take, because if they took, then I would take here, which puts me in dominance of this. Is this the rank? I have to double check this, but I think the ranks go from 1 to 8 and the files go from A to H. But anyway, this line here would have been controlled by me. So they went down there. Now, computer's saying they should have gone here to protect this, I guess. If that did happen, I would just bring my pawn up to attack. They would probably then bring the knight over here, protected by the rook. And the knight here then would also protect this square. But they went down there. See, they had their own sort of attack plan. Even though my king is over here, they were sort of stuck. This is where it comes in handy to be dynamic and flexible, or even to have sort of like smoke and mirrors. So, you bring some commotion over this side, and then boom, you move everything over here while they're stuck over here. And you can control the open board then, or on the open side. So I took advantage of this. They have to take with the king, attack with the queen, bring the king or the queen up. They moved over there. Okay, I moved over safely. Only one square they can go to. Boom. And again, it doesn't matter what they do at this point. If I have brought the rook up here, yes, that was instant checkmate, because there are no squares that the king can go to. The rook is protected by the queen. King is checkmated. But I didn't. I prolonged the suffering of my opponent, and the chase ensued. I gave them false hope, and the only square they had was here. They're completely locked in now, and the final blow. So that got very close. I was only had I think at one point I had 1 second. It was so close. I'm pretty sure it was 1 or 2 seconds. And and then because of the increment saved the day. So, good game. Thank you, Clip from Russia. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you learned something from it, and let me know if you dig the combination. Again, with this, this will develop over time. This is the very first recording or broadcast or episode. What I will do as well is I'll probably start a YouTube channel, and then I can divide the different sections up, so it'll just be smaller bite-sized chunks on YouTube. The long form here will be on Twitch. If you're interested in coffee, chess, and crypto, you want to play, you want to share or learn, follow, subscribe, help me develop this channel, and I will give as much as I can, and try and make this to provide the utmost quality that I can for you guys, because I really do appreciate you being here. So if you've made it this far, you're a champion. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.